Hey there, welcome back. It is day 1 of week 7 in our Hero Hours game as the Wild. You can see we've already 2 towns. We started up here, luscious green land, very apropos for the Wild. Took out just last week the Arcane faction, converted their town right here. And now the Pillar faction and the Decay faction seem to be warring down here in Mushroom Kingdom. This will be our next target with our primary hero here that we've had since the start, Sedilla, randomly rolled. Same goes for our faction as always. And Oob, hiding out here in the outpost, will seek, I believe, the Decay faction, or once again the Pillar faction, which is here in this teal-colored land. And the central section of the map, I think, still hasn't been invaded. I believe the AI prefers to rush through portals than spend time in the middle area, and since the middle area does not contain a fortress, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we will go along with the AI and rush taking out main town, because this is the part of the game where things can snowball a bit. We've got a bit of momentum on our side. We've won a few critical battles, bringing back to week 5 when we basically staved off elimination from the Pillar, which is coming back at us here. So we'll have to make sure our towns are well guarded. Luckily, we have the right number of heroes, 2 to explore with, and 2 to defend the towns. So without further ado, we're at the beginning of the week. We've got 21,000 buckaroos, so we can afford to buy a fair amount of money. This town does not have the active hospital, so it will not be receiving extra units which died during battles. That will be our southern town, Theonic. So we have every reason to try to purchase as much in this town as possible, because getting new units in this town will essentially have to be through mercenaries. Let us give a quick look at our artificer here. Nothing truly interesting. What about in this town? Toxicology can be interesting, but I believe we already have better trousers than that. I would like to give the black market a gander, but not yet. So let's basically see what we can purchase. So I think I will purchase everything except the ancient tree ants. These casters, no, they're ranged, so there's great use to this. Leech Light can be interesting in siege defense, but the instant kill provided by the cold... I mean, charge is not that useful in siege defense either. Retreat isn't that useful in siege defense. Okay, I will stick with our bucks here. I believe with this we needn't fear. If I move everything onto Oob number 2 over here, the battle is, in fact, easily attainable. I don't think Oob can move this far, yeah. So, I think the move would be to camp him. Treat everything into town, and now see what we can purchase. In Theonic. We could get some extra spells here, but our heroes won't be going back to town, so not useful. We'll max this out, and I want to keep a bit of money in case there are some... Yeah, sure, let's keep it for the sake of diversity. In case dip triggers on either Oob number 2 or Oob number 1, which it certainly will. We will be fighting. So let's bring her here. Do a little exchange. Bring it to our main hero. And have our main hero visit the Tower of Mages. She does already have 150 mana. Is it worth sacrificing part of the army? I do not think so. Really, at this point, I believe taking out as much of the AI as possible is the way to go. I believe this army is still by far the strongest one. Yes, which would mean that Bodyguard is triggering on our Oob. Nicely enough. So let's start off with the movements here from Oob, because I want to not forget to leave some earthen guards here. Ah, interesting. So it's the first time I use the skill. I cannot put it in the tower, so... Instead, we've left them just in front. Hopefully we can rejoin them if we come across an army. Skip to outcome. That's a fine outcome. You see, this is what I meant when I spoke of dip. We'll take the gold. We will overgrow this mine here. Ah, nice. It's right next to the portal, so that is lovely. I just want to make sure it triggered. Yes, it did. So I'm guessing it will appear next turn, since I do not see earthen guards at the present. Now, how far forwards do we want to go? Do we want to take these guys on for the money? Do we want to gain a magical skill with resources, or do we really want to just try to target Action Center? Lovely. So next turn, unless he gets attacked, we should be able to... Why did it not give me the option to overgrow this? Curious. Anyways, we'll be able to take these 3 buildings. The AI is not usually that intent on retaking buildings. It likes to go over towns, so I'm not too worried. Tower of Mages, would it be worth it for the extra spell power? 9 spell power. Could be a bit better, but really, honestly, I would love to... Do we pick up Lightning Bolt? Not great. Interesting, near impossible for her. I highly doubt that. Considering our amount of mana, I think we'll take it out. Okay. So... where did they spawn? Unless they're keeping... yeah, they're keeping the Jotuns as reinforcement. And the Jotuns are pretty much their primary asset here. So let's go get our ranged units. Right here. Right here. And right here. Do not mind moving these back. Moving these back. And what do I need to send back to reserve? A few of these. That works for me. You stay back. Basically, I'd like to take out the casters first, as always. So, let us... Still believe at this point that transform is the better. Yes. And then ultimately evolve on our links. I have to find it. We do now have a lot of skills, yes. So evolve on our links. E-Boy Evolve affects pretty much all our units here. try to keep things low here in order to not be affected by our own arrow rain. I believe the battle is won at this point. It's really just a matter of making sure our units know who to target. The arrow rain is still being mostly effective. Love to see it. Sure, send in the reinforcements. Battle won. Not too bad, and we get to reshape some more horrors, which is absolutely lovely. So now. Level 19, we're level 18, so that'll be next turn. So I believe we want better blood warping, or do we want better mysticism? Decrease the cooldown. 22 and better terramancy. So I think this is what we're going to do in order to get better blood warping. This has been captured. Let's go capture the camp. And our final movement, I'd like to take out the Palace of Pillar here, but I think I'll go for the Shrine. Lovely. And you can go visit the shrine right here and then move back to town. There is a portal here, so I think it's very important that you start moving back to town. I don't quite know where this portal would lead. There seems to be a horde army nearby, so $5,906. Let's see, perhaps we can pick up a few units here in case the town should get attacked. And I believe this is turn. Okay. So, we did indeed get attacked by the Decay faction. I believe this here is heavily skewed by... because I'm looking at this and I don't think we are terribly outmatched. We are slightly. I think it's skewed in part due to the camp and carries and the fact that he has both a med camp and an arbalest. First things first, we really want all our Mercurials out. Well, since Mercurials will do a great deal of tanking early on. In fact, they'll do a great deal right over here. He set us a lot of ranged units, so we'll have to see what we can do about that. Well, first things first, do we want our caster coming in at the beginning? There's definitely an argument to be made for your caster coming in at the beginning. Do not necessarily need the wolves at this point. Same goes for the Bone Guard. So I believe this is what I'll be going for. We will make sure our ranged units are targeting the camping carries right over here. Make them go as far away from the enemy ranged units as possible, and just stash you in the back over here, and you're going to be flanking. So immediately we're going to try to order you all the way over there, and we are going to transform his camping carries into slightly weaker units. I love it. And at this point we probably want to cast not that useful. Okay, we're gonna keep a bit of money to use Corpse Explosion later on. Okay, we're starting to lose some Mercurials, so we're going to cast a healing skill. Keep as many of them as possible. We're starting to make the enemies flee here. Lovely, camping carries are dead. Their reinforcements have come in first. So, do I want Animate Dead or Corpse Explosion? There's an argument to be made for Corpse Explosion over there, that is for certain. Let's just see here in terms of Aiden. Lovely. So, ranged units gonna stick over here, and we're gonna have you hopefully get to flank the ranged units. Now, why can I use this even if it costs 19 mana? This is quite queer. I'm shooting at a free cast due to the building. So we are most evidently going to lose this battle. Although we will have dealt considerable damage to the primary army of the Decay. Now let's simply get things over with. We get some level ups for Oob, that is worth it in itself. So, Scouting, Mastery, Mercurial, Wisdom, Bodyguards. Definitely an argument to be made for Bodyguards 4. But I also like Scouting very much. I'm not quite sure where our Earthen Guards spawned. A bit queer, but no worries. Flawless battle right there. Love to see it. Comet Strike. I believe this is a sulfur mine. Not worth it, however. Let's capture this. Well, the good news is this essentially gives them a free and sizable army, to which we will add move you up a bit. This Ochre army is really not too scary. So that is day 2. A bit of a back and forth day. Oof, this does not really matter at all, so let's simply start the battle, speed it up. Now you can see why I wanted my hero to guard that outpost. Same goes here. We're going to use all the mana in the world to try to take out some of those mages. Unfortunately, we seem to have not succeeded in our attempt. We have taken one out, so that is certainly interesting. And I would like to get bolt off if I can. Magic arrow, sorry. There you go. Another one dead. So this is another battle we will simply speed up because of a little import. If we can take out a few units, that would be nice. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So Oob is back and in fine shape. Great, great. So, great as we can take this out immediately, or we can take him out, which is what we're going to do, and then take the town out. As always, we want our Mercurials out first. I don't think this battle is worth trying to min-max our initial deployment, so we're going to have a rush followed with, actually range is probably better off over here. That's pretty much all the mana I need to spend on this battle. We've effectively flanked them behind over here. Our Mercurials are just tanking in a lovely fashion. These guys will try to range from the top, and we'll send you guys right into the fray. Sure, lovely battle. We cannot make it to the decay, unfortunately, however. We can take these guys on, once again, not worth min-maxing whatsoever. So let's simply just order everyone to rush. Lovely. Lovely. So there's an argument, but I already moved him up. So that argument is defunct. We're going to have you guard the easy way to our town in order to essentially bring you back where you were before. You're going to seek out here the Decay's town, which has got to be somewhere. I like to think it would be near the portal. All we can do is capture the alchemy lab. Perhaps it is over here. So that is turn. This town is a bit under-defended at the moment, but I'm still not too worried. That is turn. So we have been attacked. It is our primary Oob against what appears to be the main Indigo army, the one that was marked as hard for us. So this is worth min-maxing, not worth panicking over, however. Let's see. The elementals can wait. Lovely. So I will probably be transforming these guys. Mercurials do best when they can swarm heavy enemies. So let's throw a transform on question. Both these guys and a lot of those guys? A lot of satires? Sure. That was a rather large summon to the back of our forces. Luckily we had versatile units there. Ranged units over here. So we may very well lose this battle, I have now realized. Yes, we have very much lost this battle, due to mostly lack of mana on Oob's part. Although our town is in absolutely no danger, so no worry over there. So Oob's back down here. No worries. As we can... Well, let's first investigate before we... Impossible, you say? Yes, that is very much a strong army, so... I think we'll continue overgrowing. We'll basically just try to stifle them. Would not be too worried about this town one bit. Really? Toad frogs? Vampires, though. Pretty nice. Lovely. You might as well go check out what the black market has, so... bring you here for now, just out of reach of the pillar unless they decide to take out the docks, in which case we'd lose Mitsubishi here. Ain't too bad, it's a risk I'm willing to take. So as soon as we can bring this army down with Oob, should be able to take out Summer Springs. So, day 4. They moved back. How far can you go? Not that far, unfortunately. We are, however, intent on bringing you down. Quick turn over here. Try to move you around through the sea as always. I believe this army is potent enough. If I, for instance, move them on to him over here. To uncamp him, basically. So, I don't know who I had clicked here to camp. Ah, yes, I clicked her. So, I think we can make it to the... It'll be a bit of a longer episode, but we can make it to the end of the week here, so this was day 5. I wonder what the Decay and Horde factions are up to. Quite queer. Okay, so you are going to overgrow this. Ah, that's it. So stuff Oob captures, you need to be a wild hero to overgrow. Makes a lot of sense. Near impossible, but with full mana, so to me that is highly possible. So this will probably be how we end our episode, by taking out a third town. So this will be quite the huge battle. What did they deploy initially here? A lot of ranged units, birds, we can probably exploit that. I wish it did give you the option to have just a fresh slate when you deploy. First things first, all the Beastmasters are coming up. Same thing with our Horrors, and our Grove Souls, our Wild Speakers, and our Ancient Tree Ants. Sure. Argument to be made to have you in the front line. Okay, so we are going to transform his whole backline. And next, evolve all our links. As the battle starts, we're gonna... Wait a minute, is it worth the hypnotize? I think Siege Rain over here first. We're going to order most of our units here to just come down. We're gonna not get hit by our own Siege Rain. Then the Hypnotize should allow us to plow through the remaining units without any resistance. Does it only affect enemies? No, all units. That is a bit unfortunate. This battle is very much won. His units are very much so condensed that I think... Wow. Lovely. Oh, this siege range is finally proving useful. These are regenerative, so we can deal some extra damage to them. And tide out the flow of war. Sandwich these guys. Yes, so having essentially forced him to produce all his ranged units right in the back, incredibly helpful, as we have now captured a third town and we are going to convert it. Oh, I believe we're lacking one ore, so let me buy that one ore. At this point, Grand Army... Oh, nice, actually, Mercurials in the Mercenary Hall. There you go. So, with this, we've essentially put a very, very significant dent in the Pillar faction, which unfortunately still remains to annoy us here in our homeland. I wonder where this portal leads. We'd have to find out where the green portal is. All the way over here. We could take out the Horde army, actually. Would we have 5 movement? That's 3. Can we take them out in 2? I think we can. Watch this. let's see what the Horde army will do here. Otherwise, Oob, I believe I've already used his town portal skill. Might as well create some riches. Pick them up next turn. I think we'll just camp you again. We picked up the money with you, which is great, which is fine. And well, you're rather slow, but ultimately, next turn, you're going to be able to reach the black market. So that'll do it for this episode. I believe I was a bit too hasty. I thought perhaps the game had been won. Forgot that we are playing on a patience map, so owning 2 kingdoms is really not even owning a quarter of the map, or about just that, owning a quarter. You're nowhere near half or near a considerable amount that you can consider trying to snowball. So we were sniped a bit by the Indigo Pillar faction. Luckily, we were sniped because they had their main army all the way up north, which allowed us, of course. Now we're hoping not to get attacked here next turn, so that we can then produce all our units beginning of week 8 and defend this adequately. Should be possible because we are guarding the one portal down into there. So yeah, so we did take out what I believe was their initial home, since this was a, well, it was a palace of the Pillar. Yeah, but this is a gem mine, which is proper to the Pillar faction. So yes, okay, so we did take out their home base. So they're now surviving on what I believe was the Decay's land. In fact, as you can see here, this is owned by said Decay. We may go exploring a bit with her. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.